Wonka's Candy Hunt is a great game by Copfather. It involves finding different candies across the custom-made map and collecting golden tickets to access different areas. Recently, I posted a run of this game on my channel and beat it without mantling. I'm actually fairly experienced with speedrunning Fortnite creative maps, as I hold the world record for Storm Survival Simulator, Wonka's Candy Hunt, and second place in Egg Hunt. In this video, I will be explaining and breaking down what each trick in the game is and how it helps the runner not mantle. In addition, I will be explaining some of the alternative tricks that may be easier to perform. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, in this run, most of the tricks either require snowman, which helps the player gain additional height, or ice cream, which speeds up the player. The run starts off pretty normal, with us getting the sample and bubblegum mushroom, but the first issue comes up when getting the flying saucer. Because we can't mantle, we opt to make this precise jump on the tree and barely land on it. The next tech, or technique, used is jumping on this door to avoid mantling for the cookie. This can technically be used to get the flying saucer, but loses time in an already tedious run. Now, at first glance, getting to the balloon for the first golden ticket looks impossible without using mantle. In reality, it is really simple by just jumping to it and floating due to the barrier that Cobb put to make it easier for noobs. This means we can avoid an alternative strat or strategy that grabs ice cream, saving a good amount of time. The pink bonbon is a candy that is located above one of the stands and looks impossible, but if you eat some spicy ice cream and jump off this table, it is just barely possible. After this candy, it takes a while before we have to do anything first, so we get a quick breath of fresh air before we move on. After this short break, we go to the second golden ticket. We can do this by jumping in the trees onto the branch where we get the ticket. Directly after that, we go through the performance mode switch graphics tree leaves and jump to the Reese's Pieces. Then you can use the height we gain from the tree to get the fried egg. Here, we jump off the tree and head to the chewing gum. We jump on the chewing gum to jump over into the birdie passageway, and then use the cursed things Copfather has to do to the terrain to get birdie. After checking what we need, I can take a snowman over to the trick-or-treat bucket, which lets us jump to it instead of mantling. Then, we enter the factory by walking over there with the snowman. Unfortunately, while you are in a snowman, using remotes or anything at all in your inventory doesn't work, so we are here stuck walking as a snowman. Immediately upon entering the factory, we need to jump on the snowman we placed to get the third golden ticket. We need to jump on top of the scoreboard and eat spicy ice cream to make the jump to the chandelier. After that, I take the snowman directly over to the fourth golden ticket because I still have the ice cream effect. Since I was already there, I got all the other candies and the geese as well. After pressing the purple remote and getting the last golden ticket and candies, nothing really changes until we enter the candy factory. Here, we get every candy with ease, except for the peanut butter cup, but we'll come back for that later. Proceeding the factory, we move on to the winter area, which is easily the hardest section of the run. We start off by bringing the snowman from the geese room to this fence so we can get up to the bueno. Then we get a couple of candies before getting the chocolate coin. Here, the problem is that we can't mantle back up from this hole, so we use the blue remote to avoid this issue. To get the lick sticks, we can jump on this gingerbread man to this candy cane and onto his house. Then we can make it onto the other house to get the candy. After getting the pineapple push pop, we go after the gummy burger. Now, this candy has the first difficult platforming of the run, because we need to jump on these really small snowflakes that are sometimes really hard to see. Once we get it though, the stress is over for about 2 minutes until we get to any more of the hard candies. The blueberry push pop is the next thing we use the snowman on, putting one on a candy cane to jump to the other tree. There's another strat where if you do a precise jump on the candy cane, you can just barely make it up, but I usually don't go for it because of how hard it is. Once we have a total of 79 candies, you may be thinking, wait, we only need 6 candies and the timer's at 15 minutes. Why would the run last 24 more minutes? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. This is when the suffering of the category begins. The first thing we need to do is bring 4 snowman over to the mini roll and stack them. We need to make sure that we can use them as stairs, so we can't just stack them directly on top of one another. What I usually do is move forward until I see this leaf looking thing. Doing this makes it easy to line up the snowman. After the mini roll, we need to take these snowmen we used and bring them over to the ice hotel. We need them to get the fruit cake, and surprisingly, it also requires 4 snowmen. After taking the floating cake of fruit, we move those snowmen over to the cabin. See, there is a lot of shuffling snowmen around in this run, which is why it takes so much time. With these, we are going to get the original. When you look at it, it looks completely out of reach. We can just stack snowmen directly on top of each other, because we can just jump from the 3rd floor. Once we bring 6 snowmen over to the house, we sprint to just barely land on the wood of the attic and take the original. The last cursed candy of the winter area is the chocolate Santa. To do this, we place 6 snowmen on the roof in order to make it to Santa. We obviously get these from the ones I used for the original, using 1 in the back, 2 on the side, and 3 on the tip of the roof. We can jump to this dip in the sleigh where we get the chocolate Santa. It's technically possible to do this with only 5 snowmen. Granted, I do a neo jump every time I place a snowman. After realizing I forgot to grab the cotton candy, we move on to the final candy of the run, the peanut butter cup. Taking 4 snowmen off the roof and into the portal, we can bring them one by one onto the other side of this portal, and we leave them there until they are brought into the factory. The reason I do this is because if you go too far away from a snowman, the snowman will disappear. The only way to get it back is by finding it and jumping on it, which will take you under the map, and then hiding in it and unhiding it will make it reappear. This glitch was discovered by me and a fellow YouTuber, Team Knight, while we were going for it on stream. Once we stack a snowman, we can grab the peanut butter cup and end the run at 39 minutes and 9 seconds. In total, it took us 24 minutes to get 6 candies, and that's why this category is so cursed. These tricks were really hard to perform, but if you're up for the challenge, go ahead. I can definitely prove to you that I didn't mantle. You can check out the full run in the description, but I'm pretty sure you're never gonna find me mantling anywhere. And also, this is not a mantle that is hurdling. If you can't tell the difference, before you mantle, a pop-up says B to mantle, but hurdling does not. You know, I was surprised that this was even possible. The ideas on how to do this started only 10 days ago. A massive thank you goes out to Cobfather for making the map, and Team Knight for helping me with some of the strats. Their links will be in the description. I hope you guys like this new style of commentary on my videos. I want to thank you guys all so much for 100 subscribers, and have a happy new year. And as always,